So in our last lesson what we read is verb, and verb in one aspect we have studied and learned. What is that aspect? It is mode of the verb, that is possibility or probability, right, or compulsion, right, and weak possibility, strong possibility, right, and ability, capacity of a person, right. These are all the things we have put under modal verbs, that is mode of the verb. Now in this chapter, that is chapter 12, what we are going to learn is mood of the verb. What is the mood? It is active mood and passive mood. How can we say a certain verb is in passive mode or in active mode? If we know that, we can use a certain expression in different manners. What is the necessity to say something in different what we can say in expressions is the language becomes beautiful. In a paragraph, if at all you are telling a certain words repeatedly, that also we have seen. Repetition in a language is a wrong thing, that we have seen and proved also, we have learnt even. So we should have more vocabulary so that we can use one word, certain words for one meaning, right, or a certain phrases for one meaning, that we have learnt already. Now what we are learning is to say the same expression, to be able to express yourself in different moods. That is also one of the beautification of your language. So I will tell you one thing, just let us understand why the passive is necessary. I did it, sir. I completed, sir. This I is self-oriented. When we are talking, self-orientation should not be there. It is bad. Why bad? Is it language bad? No. It is bad by means of mannerism. Self-centeredness, and the language should not be self-centered. I did like this, I said like this. No. It is said, it is done, it is worked out, it is completed. Of course, by me it is understood. That is not necessary to put. Yes, it has been completed. Yeah, it has been done. It is made ready. That way, if at all it is put, it is a more diplomatic way to say a certain thing than the self-centering. He did it, sir. Means what? What are you doing? You are accusing him. He did it, sir. Whether it is a wrong or a right whatsoever, you are accusing. No, it has been done, sir. That way we have to say. So which verb, where, how to use to change this expression from active to passive is the present lesson. So now, for example, I will tell you a certain, let us understand what is this mode or mood, passive mode or active mode. In Hindi we call it as vachya, karta vachya, karma vachya and bhava vachya. In Hindi there are three vachya, but in English only two, active and passive. There is no bhava vachya for it. Why? In Hindi अकर्मक सकर्मक है, मगर देर आर प्रेरणात्मक क्रियाएं भी हैं, प्रथम प्रेरणात्मक और द्वितीय प्रेरणात्मक. इस प्रकार क्रिया जिस प्रकार से बदल जाती है, वाच्य भी बदल जाता है. मगर इन इंग्लिश इट इज नॉट लाइक दैट. इन इंग्लिश it is either transitive verb or intransitive verb. Intransitive verbs, they do not have any kind of passive voice. Why? It doesn't have any agent to receive the result of your work done. Now, I sleep. Let us consider this sentence, the verb sleep. I do it and I get the result of it. I weep, I cry, I walk, I run. With this, I am not transporting some result to other. But if I say I read, the reading activity, it has one doer and one recipient of the thing done. I read a book. Something has to be there. But when I say I sleep, something is not there. I think you understood a bit. To make it very clarity, let me give one example. If I say, you sleep, let us question what? What do you sleep? The question itself absurd. Absurd it is, no meaning at all. Then, what do you read? What do you eat? What do you play? What do you sing? For all these things we are getting a reply. What do you walk? What do you cry? No. I am not talking about why do you walk, why do you cry. I am talking about what. Because the what gives you a noun. What gives you a noun in a position of a object. So, there are certain verbs which don't take objects. There is no chance even. Simply I have written I eat. I did not mention the object. But there is a position, that is there is an acceptability of the verb to accept the object. I eat what? Any number of things we can put, a samosa, a biscuit, a chocolate, or a dosha, or a idli, something we can put over there. But I sleep, when I question what, there is no meaning at all to the question. So, vertically we can make the verbs into transitive and intransitive. The meaning of transitive is to be able to transit. The meaning of transitive is to be able to transit. Transit means to put something from here to here. What is the thing we are putting something here to here is the burden of the action done. The action is being done by the subject. The burden of that is being transferred to object. That is called transit. And from that the word has come transitive. And intransitive, when we are putting in suffixes we have learnt already, prefixes we have learnt already, if at all we put in, it gives an opposite. Means there is no possibility of the verb having an object or having the capacity to take an object. It is not there, intransitive. Is that clear? Now, when we have studied this transitive, intransitive, let us understand how we are using them in our active and passive. Here for your information, I have written a sentence. The hostel gates are locked. Did I lock? Maybe. Did you lock? Maybe. Does he lock? Maybe. Are the authorities locked? Maybe. Somebody has locked it, but the gates did not lock themselves. And hence how we have represented the verb in passive is here are and locked. Locked is the main verb, are is helping to form the passive mode of the verb locked. Is that clear? That is, are is helping the verb lock to give change to passive voice. Likewise, is, are. These two we are using for the transformation. Is that all? No, there are many. Was, were, have, has, had, do, did, does. These are all there to supply the passive mode to the active verb. Now, if we know what is the pattern in simple present, what is the pattern in present continuous, what is the pattern in present perfect, what is the pattern in simple past, what is the pattern in past perfect, and what is the pattern in past continuous, what is the pattern in future simple. If we know that, the interchanging from active to passive, passive to active, that is vice versa, becomes easier. Now, what is the mode of the verb here? Because the R is present with locked, we can say this is passive mode. Why? What that is being locked, that is getting prominent place here. Ordinarily in a sentence, that who locks it, the person locking, the person doing, about whom we are talking, that is the subject. That subject should have been here. But in this place, what is that being done? That means one which takes the burden of the verb, it comes to this place. Prominency has been given to that. And hence it is passive mode. And again, with the verb we have the helping verb are. And so it is passive. You may not understand when I say here, here. Let us understand this second sentence where you are and I am involved. Right? I am invited for the party. Who invited? Did I invite? No. Then what is the meaning of the sentence? I am invited means somebody invited me. I am invited, I am bet, or I am beaten, right? I am beaten means I did not beat anybody, but that fellow bet me. I am called, I am fed, right? I am made means I am, though I am there, but I is in the object place and somebody else is there in the subject place. And so the presence of am here, it shows the passive mode for this verb invited. Third, I have given two different sentences here. One is active sentence, the other is passive sentence. One is active, the other is passive sentence. How they get changed, to have a clarity on that. My grandfather established this steel factory. Who did it? Yeah, my grandfather. Means the doer is there here in the first place. The doer of this verb, what is that verb here? Established. That is being done by him, my grandfather. So that is the subject there. Doer. What did he do? Establish. What? Now you see, when I am questioning what, you are getting the answer, this steel factory. A phrase is there, this steel factory, the phrase is there. Right? And when we are changing that into the other voice, passive voice, that thing comes to the fore in the beginning. For is in the beginning. So, this steel factory, because it is established, what is the tense of the verb there is establish, established, established. So, in simple past it is there. Because it is in simple past, we are writing this along with this was established by my grandfather. That is passive voice. So, to know really pakka about this transformation of sentences from active to passive or passive to active, why it is necessary? Because many things should not be told directly. That is not a diplomatic way, self-centering way it is. So, or accusation way it becomes. Right? You broken it, sir. You have broken it, sir. Your boss will get angry. And what he will do, you know, he will remove you from the service. Then what has to be told? Sir, what happened? No, sir. It has been broken, sir. It has been broken, sir. There you are pinpointing it. You are not pinpointing him, your boss. Then a certain thing has been said in a very passive manner. And from there, the word passive has been taken. Means your boss will not become very angry. You said it has been broken. वो टूट गया. ये नहीं है कि आप तोड़ दिए, तोड़ डाले. यदि हम बोलेंगे आप तोड़ डाले, उन्हें गुस्सा आएगा. Then what are we telling? In other words, what we are telling is वो टूट गई सर, चेयर है ना, टूट गई सर, इतना वजन लेके कुर्सी पे बैठे, वो आप तोड़ दिया, इमीडिएटली यू विल बी चक्ड आउट ऑफ दी सर्विसेज। देन इतना भी बार ले नहीं सकी, कुर्सी टूट गई सर, कुर्सी टूट गई। That is, we are putting the blame on the other thing, we are not accusing. That is the way, and so passive voice has an importance in the language. If you see the newspaper, many of the things they put in passive voice, many of the things. It has been reported that the truck was in standing condition, and the bus from the behind, it rammed into the standing truck. It has been reported. Means I am not reporting. It has been reported. The police have been called. He has been invited. There, in all these cases, the subject, it gets liquidated and the object gets importance over there. That is the way to speak in a diplomatic manner. Now what we have to see is, we have to see the main thing, verb. And if we master on that main thing, verb, the change of active to passive, passive to active becomes easier. I will show you with some of the examples how we have to write that verb in passive mode from active mode. If it is in active mode, what are all the things we have to bring to write the passive mode of the verb? Now, for your information, I have written all the tenses here where active to passive is possible, where we can put a certain thing in passive manner. Means always diplomatic way it is not necessary, and always also we cannot put in a diplomatic manner. Wherever it is comes to direct accusation, there only we can pacify it. And here there are other tenses also there. Here also one more tense is there, here also one more tense is there. That need not have to be put into passive manner, because these are directly, they impose the accusation. There the passive manner is necessary, and hence we are studying these things. Now with one verb, play, I am showing all the other forms of the play. How it is in simple present, how it is in present continuous, how it is in present perfect, how it is in simple past, past continuous, past perfect, future tense, how this play verb appear to you. Right? So that appears simple present, we have play, and that gets transformed into what we call as a passive voice, is or are played. Where this played comes from, where it comes is that played verb, it is past participle verb we are using for passive voice. Please remember, everywhere we have the past participle, that is eaten, eat, ate, eaten. That eaten we are using in passive voice. Read, read, read. That read we are using in in passive voice. And again, written. If at all we say take some irregular verbs, that is very clear to you. That is speak, spoke, spoken. That spoken is the past participle. That has to be used in our passive voice. Here it is active voice, the verb is in its own status. Right? That is, status means play, present tense, played, past tense, and will play, future tense. That way we have agreed upon. The verb is in these three tenses in its form. And now continuous, if it comes to continuous, present continuous is, are playing. The boy is playing, the boys are playing. That way we are continuous tense we are telling. Present perfect. Have, has played. The boy has played, the boys have played. perfect tense. Perfectly the work has been done. And now past, simple past. Played. Simple past is played. And now when it comes to continuous tense, was or were played. The boy was, right? Sorry, was played. When we say played, we say here was playing, continuous tense. The boy was playing. The boys were playing. And when it comes to perfect tense, had played, he had played, they had played, we had played, I had played. Everywhere it is had only. But here, according to single and plural, singular and plural, here singular and plural, that way we are using the helping verbs, that we have to remember. And when it comes to future, will play, खेलेगा, खेल चुका, खेल रहा था, खेलता था, खेला, खेल रहा है, खेलता है. These are the three tenses in Hindi also. Right? So now when it is clear here, when it is a play, how it should be shown in passive voice, how the verb gets changed. Remain as it is only. The object will come to subject place, subject will go to object place with the preposition by. And the verb gets changed. Second thing. These are the two changes we have to see. And excepting for the verb, there is no massive change in passive voice. Massive, I said. So here, play, is played or are played, is are playing, is being played, are playing, are being played. Here, have played, have been played, has been played. And again here, played, was played, were played. And here, was playing, was being played, were playing, were being played. And here if it comes, had played, had been played. And if you see here, will play, will be played, will be played. That way, we are changing from active to passive, the verb gets changed. And almost everywhere if you see, from here, been, being, be. Being also here. We are using that been, being in continuous, been in perfect tense, be in simple tense. Here you see simple future, be only we have used. Be in simple, being continuous, and be in perfect tense we are using. And PP are the verb played. Everywhere it is a past participle comes as it is. So that if we are carrying this, much, what we have done is we have done a active voice verb or sentence into passive voice sentence we could able to change. Right? So this table we have to remember whenever we are attempting to write in a passive manner. In a diplomatic manner, if you are to write, you should see to it. That means the cricket is played. I played the cricket. No, the cricket is played. Right? The cup is won. The cup is won, has been won, is being won. Right? That way we are changing it. And the language appears to be very beautiful. And you are not directly accusing somebody, pinpointing somebody. No. As I said, if you pinpoint your boss, you will maybe losing your job. There you have to tell in passive voice only. अकबर बीरबल कहानी आप सुने होंगे. तोता मर गई, बोलने वाला कौन है? It has to be told in a passive manner. Then Akbar did not bother when Birbal said. Why? Akbar only said, तोता मर गया क्या? He questioned Birbal. देन इट इज सेड जहापना मैं कैसे बोलूं, आप तो मेरा सिर कलम कर दोगे. दिस स्टोरी वी नो. सो इंपॉर्टेंस ऑफ दैट वर्ब, व्हाट इज दैट वन? Passivity, passive speaking. What is the importance? We have learnt now. In many cases we can see people, they report like that only. It has been reported, he had been called, he was punished. I don't say I punished him. He was punished. He was beaten. The dog bitten him. No, he was bitten by the dog. The infant was killed. The infant was killed by the stray dogs. You see to it. Stray dogs killed the boy. No. If you see the newspaper, you will find this kind of things. So now this is one more thing what we have learnt here about the active and passive. Now one more, only one simple thing we learn, then we will be very perfect in active and passive. What is that? Let us see. Now some more sentences for you. Yeah, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. What are these sentences? Let us very clearly read it and let us understand it first. Why I said understand first is, unnecessary you see what is there ahead, we cannot go ahead. We should not go. Precautionary measure. As a precautionary measure, what we have to see here is, we have to read the sentence carefully. We have to understand certain aspects for this. What is that? Here, stop. I stopped him. I stopped reading. So a stop is such a verb which is transitive, because I stopped something. But here the car stopped. The car stopped. So there is an argument. Can a car stop by itself? It is a mission. It can get stopped by itself. Right? But does it have any object there? Does it pass on the burden of the verb done or activity done to any other thing? No, the car stopped itself and it got the suffering. It stood there. Of course, the passengers are getting trouble different. Trouble is again one more verb. We are not getting into that. Stop verb, it is not, cannot be transferred by the car to the on the passengers. So is it intransitive? No, because I stopped the car. The driver says, sir, car doesn't stop by itself, I stopped it. What happened? There is a breakdown. Means what? Car stopped? No. But here is a certain thing. What is that one? So this can also be said in passive mode. So what is to be done? What is the verb and what is the tense of the verb? Stopped indicates the simple past tense. In the simple past tense, if you see the table which I have given earlier, for simple past, it has was stopped or were stopped. Is it a car or cars? It is a car. Then was stopped we have to put. Means simply inserting was here between stopped and car. We are transforming the sentence into passive mode. The car was stopped. If it is stops, the car stops. The car is stopped. The car stops. The car is stopped. The car stopped. The car was stopped. That way, we need not to bother. Arey, there is something, how to write it. That kind of pressure we should not give it to this mind. It is a very simple mind. We should not give. Then see the table. If it is past tense, what is there for simple past? Was stop or were stop. Is it singular or plural? It is singular. Was stopped, we have written, sentence is correct. Right? Now let us come to this one. It tastes sweet. It tastes sweet. Tastes. Simple present. Is it not? And then Yes, it is tasted sweet. Finish. It is tasted sweet. Because there is a tasters in your liquor company, in your tea company, in your coffee company, and in your breweries company, everywhere, wherever the food items are being prepared, there is a person who is called as taster. He should taste it. Only when he passes it, then only it comes into the market. And mainly beverages, right? So here that fellow tasted it, and so it is tasted sweet. It is tasted sweet. Finished. We need not to bother. Simply we have to see the tense here. And the verb taste. I taste this. Yeah, it is transitive. But here where is the other thing? Don't bother for other thing. So here we can, because it is a transitive verb. Here it is a transitive verb. And so they call was here and they call is here. Now let us see the third. Close the door. Sorry, here it is O. Close the door. Who? Obviously it is you. Because I say it is you have to close it. Is that you present? No, it is not present. Then what type of sentence is it? It is imperative sentence. Does an imperative sentence have passive voice? Yes, it has. Then how to write it? We have to write it in this manner. That is, we have to put let. Where to use one more verb, let? When the sentence is imperative. Then when we have put let, what are we doing? The object, close, door is the object for this verb close. Somebody there, it is the subject. So after let, we have to write this object, the door. Let the door, and is, was, are, were, what is to be put? Door is only one. Shall we put is over there or was over there? Close the door. Is it a present tense or the past tense? Sir, it is neither present tense nor past tense, sir. It is future tense, sir. No. Yes, sir, when you say the work is done in the future, no, sir. I am not asking whether the work is done in the future or in the present. I am asking the order has been given now or later. Close the door, it is the command. It is the order, it has been given now. So present tense. No imperative sentence can be expressed in other tense excepting simple present. Please write it down. Imperative sentence cannot be expressed in any other tense excepting simple present. When I say the door is closed or closed the door, it becomes past tense. Already the door is closed. There is no necessity of my giving command. So it is simple present. So let the door, why I said simple present? Whether I am to use is or was, or were, what is to be used? The door, because it is a simple present close, we have to bring is, but here let is one verb, so it cannot take is over there. Then be we have to use. Let the door be closed, automatic. So this is the passive voice of the door, close the door. Bring me a cup of water. Give me the pencil. Give me the pencil. So let the pencil be given to me. Bring me a cup of water. Let a cup of water may be given to me. That way we are transforming, but this let is a must in that one. Right? And now let us see this last sentence, fourth. The chief guest gives away the prizes to the winners. Right? What does the chief guest give? The prizes. Whom does the chief guest give? To the winners. Whom and what, they indicate the object. For the two questions we are having answers here in this sentence. So it has two objects. Putting this, what is that one? The prizes, one sentence we can write. Putting the winners, we can write the other sentence. Right? But here the debate comes, which is the first object and which is the second object. What is first called is former and which is called as latter. Right? Then we can see main object here is the prizes, because the giving verb, it directly implies with the prizes only, not with who receives it. Because he is a recipient, he is not being given. The winner, he is not being given. The prizes is being given. He is the recipient here. So this is secondary and this is primary. Primary object and secondary object. Former, latter. First object, second object, whatever you call. So there can be certain verbs which may take two objects. That kind of sentence or verb is called as ditransitive. Transitive, intransitive, ditransitive. No agent, no agent. Here it is imperative sentence. That way we are changing from active to passive. So if you read this, if you understand this, what I said, the transformation of sentence to a large extent, it becomes easier. So we can go to the next chapter, that is narration, direct narration and indirect narration. This too depends on the verb, formation of verb, modification of the verb, changing of the verb, here also there. So this direct and indirect speech, what is the importance of this speech in our language? It has a great importance in our language. The directly told version of certain people, it has been carried away by the other people to some other. See how the speech is being transformed from one hand to the other hand, one ear to the other mouth to the another ear. Because you are speaking to me and I carry it, I will tell to my wife, right? There you are not there. I cannot say whatever you say, you, I. I cannot put this you, I to my wife. I will have to use certain things, changing that. But the meaning should not change. Right? So that is the way. It is also a kind of what we can say beautification of the language only. Everywhere we cannot write it. And mostly the students should not write a direct speech in their language, in their answer sheets. No. Suppose you have read about Ashoka. The Ashoka says, I will win the Kalinga. Can you write, I will win the Kalinga? No. I will have to put some other thing there. So our chief minister said something. Do you mean to say I will be putting the very same thing, whatever he said, here, there in the writing? I may put it. But that doesn't look nice. Then it has to be transformed into indirect speech, because I am not the chief minister here. Chief minister has spoken something there that I will have to carry here, and certain excerpts from his speech I can put in direct manner, but all the thing I cannot put in direct. So I have to use some other narration, that is called indirect narration. Direct narration and indirectness are there, and I told about also the importance of the thing, but how to change it? What are the things we are going to change it? That is what we are going to learn now.